What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of WWE Mat Chat, the official podcast of the WWE subreddit. Here with our co-hosts, as always, Torn and Rachel. Well,
hello.
As always, it's been
it's as always. Right now, it's as always. Yeah, as always.
It will be.
As always from now on.
So, did you not have time to use the new intro?
I did not.
As soon as he started, I looked at Rachel. I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. Next week we'll have a new intro.
New intro with the new logo and really cool animation. Man, I got that thing done for you and everything.
I had to add the audio, so
I could have done it. I should have just done it. High quality production here, folks. Honestly, no, it's like I feel like we've been coming up with these ideas like every day before an episode. We have a new idea or something we want to add to it. Like you completely redesigned the interface, graphics, and everything. And you did that, in like a day? And then you had more ideas. And then last night you had the idea for what we're going to do later in the show about being able to share the Tops app and everything. Yep. Yeah. So, we're just evolving, man. It's just ideas and just throwing them at the wall.
It's been a busy 2 weeks because it's been almost 2 weeks.
Last it has. Yeah.
So
we're going to get more consistent. Guys. Yeah. We're going to get. We're going
to try to have a show every week.
Yes,
so,
we will.
Lots gone on in the last 2 weeks. I mean, one thing I did not expect on my bingo card for 2025 is I don't know when it actually came out, but R-Truth dropped a freaking country song.
I think it was in the past month. Yeah.
I was running on TikTok.
I remember you telling me about this a couple weeks ago, I think it was. Oh, hey!
It's been on repeat in my car, literally, for like the last
like a country hip hop mashup.
I want to get Truth on the show, man.
Bro,
he lives in Charlotte.
I love him.
He does.
Yeah, he's from Charlotte.
He does.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, it's freaking surprised the hell out of me. I know he's done music over like the last, even before he was in wrestling. So,
I mean, his childhood hero John Cena inspired him with his music. So.
Yeah, I was watching a podcast that he was on from like a couple weeks ago, and I guess when he was younger, he did met Tupac and did some music with Tupac, and there was a picture of him and Pac together that everyone literally thought was AI. No one believed that he actually met Tupac and hung out with him and shit.
Because he's also like Truth hasn't aged in like the past 30 years.
Yeah, dude's found the fountain of youth. But
he's R-Truth. He's just a good guy.
But tonight we have Saturday night's main event coming up.
I know. Up here in a couple hours. Yeah.
The last couple weeks we've seen, a lot going on with Cena and since what was the last pay-per-view Backlash?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That I'm going to start off with last night before we get into some of the older stuff, because speaking of Saturday night's main event, it got me thinking about the R-Truth promo from last night.
Oh my gosh.
That was
so freaking good.
He did. When he busted out the whole Gollum reference and comparison.
I lost my mind.
I was literally going nuts.
He's like, you call it your precious.
Because
we're one of my favorite franchises, and then so you add that to wrestling. It's he's
and we've seen R-Truth being like super silly a lot over the last 20 years almost.
Yeah.
And seeing him come out and throw a little bit of that silliness, Cena's been my childhood hero. Knowing that he's like 15 years older than Cena, but he threw that in, but also threw in a lot of emotion and serious moments. It was like amazing. It was probably one of the best R-Truth promos that I've ever seen.
It was so good. Yeah.
I liked it because with R-Truth is, like you said, the whole joking around, being the comedy aspect of WWE right now. He took what character they built him to be, or what the character he wanted to be, and then added some truth in it, right? Mm-hmm. So everything is bound in some type of emotion. So the fact that they just kind of developed this, I don't even know. It's like a serious comedic mashup that it just translated so well. I mean, the words that he was spitting, man, I was just like, dang, man.
Yeah.
It's like when you have one of those epiphanies and you're just like, oh man, that was so good. That's how I
think
felt.
For me, it's because, like you said, Truth has been this comedic relief for so many factions and just behind the scenes stuff. Like, he's never really had like front and center role, right? He's always been like a supporting role, but now, like, I mean, and again, long-term storytelling. He's talked about John Cena being his childhood hero for years, little Jimmy for years, and now I feel like in John Cena's final run, this is the culmination of all of these jokes and skits and everything that we're going to see. I'm really hyped for tonight because I really am interested in how they're going to take the story. Because what I love about Truth is that he's always been that happy-go-lucky, look for the best in everyone and everything personality. And they've really stuck with it with the Cena storyline, how he's like, that's not John Cena. That's not John Cena. He's like, John Cena, this is a different person. He's like, I know the real John Cena would never do this. He would never ruin wrestling. Like, so I'm really excited that like he's taken that and stuck with his story, stuck with his character.
And that whole thing last night, he's like, I don't want to lay hands on you, but if I have to, I will keep the hustle, loyalty, and respect
out of you.
I do want to take a brief second and say, I told you so. I called this, and I was so proud of myself for calling this on the first podcast. I was like, R-Truth is gonna beat his ass, and guess what? We got it. R-Truth and John Cena. I was like texting in the chat with all caps. Like, I
like the fact that it's a main event match too, and not a PLE match, because I feel like this is very story driven. Because it's not for a title, right? Like we don't care about the title at this point. This is just story. This is
a lot of the events tonight. A lot of the card is
story heavy.
Based, story heavy.
Because they don't have a lot of other than the Money in the Bank matches. There's not a lot going on so far with Money in the Bank. There's no other matches that have been like really announced.
Wow.
Yeah, so, I think they're trying to build something. And I'm hoping they're trying to build something with the Wyatt Six now that they brought them back.
Maybe,
and Alexa.
Yeah, and Cody.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see Cody come back tonight.
Think he's going to come back as heel?
I hope so, because he didn't freaking come back when we were at SmackDown.
No, we were in Greensboro. Week. He didn't come back.
Yeah, we had that awkward LA Knight moment.
That was really awkward.
Yeah. So,
And
JC Mateo.
Oh my gosh.
Every time they say his name, it makes me throw up.
Why are we doing this boy like this? Like, what was wrong with with the original name?
In my opinion, though, is if you build that character yourself, like that's the one thing they did with Cody. Cody left. He came back. He built that character in the time he was out of WWE, and when he came back, he
built his kingdom.
He who shall not be named said, you built this character. I'm going to let you use it. I'm going to let you run with it. And I think they should do that more, like they've done with Stephanie Vecker and Julia. They built those characters. Let them keep them. Let them keep those names. Who the fuck is JC Mateo? It's Jeff Cobb.
It just could have been JC.
Yeah.
Like, just call him JC, because then you don't have to say Jeff Cobb. It can still be a nod back to his old character.
I mean, to be honest, I'm going to be completely transparent here. I have no idea who he was. Yeah. So when they introduced him, or
there was no pop.
There was no pop. There was no anything, and I'm like, there's no connection for me to this guy, and now there's even less because I don't resonate with a JC Mateo.
That name just sounds.
It's not a wrestling name.
You and Alex were freaking out because again, you guys follow wrestling. Like you followed it for a long time, so you knew exactly who he was, where he's come from, what he's done. Yeah. So you guys were excited, like, oh my god, Jeff Cobb is here. Yeah. And for us, Rachel and I are like,
we didn't think we were going to see him because Jeff, outside of WWE, after he left New Japan, he came out on social media and said that he retired from pro wrestling. Not even a week before he debuted in WWE. So there was rumors, Jeff Cobb's leaving New Japan. He's going to WWE. And then it was, he's retiring. So we're not going to see him in WWE. Then all of a sudden at Backlash, he came out. And that's why I think me and Alex were a little bit more hyped because we didn't expect it.
Yeah.
They pulled an Alexa Bliss.
And I will say that, wrestling-wise, again, I don't know a whole lot about him. Wrestling-wise, it wasn't too impressive when he fought LA Knight because again, that was a weird match.
Yeah.
But I will say last night when he fought, he was okay. We're starting to see a little bit more of his skill. He's almost like a bloodline Otis.
Yeah, he pretty much.
You know what? Yeah.
Very athletic though, like power, like the moves where he like pulls him out of the air and like spins like a 360 and slams him. Like it's very impressive. And again, New Japan, right? Like they turn out good wrestlers.
What they're going to do with him, because him and Jacob are bigger guys.
Yeah.
But they're athletic, bigger guys.
Yeah.
So both of them together, powerhouses in the ring that can also jump off the top rope, also do some of those high risk moves.
Mm-hmm.
I think that match, when they finally get to it, if they do, is going to be phenomenal.
You know what would be a really good match too? Bronson Reed.
Mm.
Them too.
Oh. Then they'll all be big guys.
Or Otis. Yeah, well, that's the whole. That's the whole point.
I mean, just
You're
a big,
about the guys that
big
come
meaty
off
man meat.
the top rope that are like more, built.
Yeah. I did say it the other night though. Jeff Cobb looks like Husky Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
Husky Roman Reigns.
But one of the big things that's come out over the last couple days, a lot of controversy around it. WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Canceled. Like,
well, not canceled. Not canceled.
But not canceled.
Yeah, they moved it to 2026. No. There's actually no specific date for it now.
Right.
Money in the Bank is 2026.
2026, 27. But now they're doing Money in the Bank in New Orleans next year.
So what they've announced or what they did is that I guess the New Orleans Sports Commission has negotiated a bigger deal than just WrestleMania. So now in 2025, they're going to be hosting a UFC event, like a major UFC event and some other stuff. And then Money in the Bank in 2026. And then the word is that WrestleMania is going to be in Vegas again next year.
Yeah.
That's the latest word. But it makes sense, I guess, business-wise for New Orleans, like if they get a bigger long-term deal out of it. But I don't know. Maybe the final boss is spouting off things that he should have been spouting off.
Yeah. So rumors are, and I don't know which way to go with how I feel about it, is Las Vegas, or there's rumors that they could be moving it to the Middle East, Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania, the first ever WrestleMania outside of the United States and Canada.
I'm keeping my mouth shut on this subject.
Yeah,
I have a lot of words, and I would much rather abstain from stating.
Yeah,
listen, WWE is going to do what WWE does, and they're going to follow the money.
Yeah, I mean because it's TKO now too. So I mean again, though TKO boxing, all those sports like MMA, that's big over in the Middle East too. So
and the royalty in Saudi Arabia, I think after WWE and TKO announcing WrestleMania in New Orleans, I think the only way they would actually cancel it is someone giving them more money.
Oh, yeah.
And Saudi Arabia would be like, okay, we'll give you $1 billion or some exorbitant amount of money to, cancel that. And come
if they really wanted to move a PLE there, they should move Royal Rumble tied into royalty of Saudi Arabia, whole theme thing, crown.
Well, they did do a couple years ago, and this is why I still believe Braun Strowman is the longest reigning champion, any champion in WWE history, because he won what was supposed to be, they had the largest battle royal ever in Saudi Arabia years ago, and Braun Strowman won the belt. And never lost it.
No, he can never lose it now.
I mean, just like the belts over in that they did, what was it? Crown Jewel,
King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah, King and Queen of the Ring. Yeah, those. I mean, until they do another one,
which they're not this year, obviously.
Yeah, Liv Morgan and Gunther are going to be their champs.
Yep.
Yeah, the King and Queen. Yeah.
So who knows if they'll ever lose those belts?
Yeah, I don't know.
We need a WrestleMania back in Boston. I'll be happy.
We need an affordable WrestleMania.
Oh God,
Triple H, if you're listening, come on.
Ticket prices
family friendly.
They're pricing people out of actually
wild.
Their fans being able to go, because like I told you guys, tickets here in Providence in July and Boston in August, very top row in the nosebleeds, very last row in the arena, are still like $180.
I mean, it's more expensive than going to the Super Bowl now.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's like you're literally pricing it to where celebrities are the only people that are going to be able to afford going, and even
Money in the Bank front row right now. They say average price for a front row ticket is over $6,000 for
That's
Money
crazy.
in the Bank.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like that's the
with
greed of
WrestleMania.
corporate coming in, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think if they would, again, you have your premium seating, right? You have your special things, like they did the seating on the stage for WrestleMania. I know a lot of that was influencers and stuff, but you reserve stuff like that, like high end tickets, right? That's your money draw.
Yeah.
But then like make it more accessible, because again, I would gladly take a family to go see WrestleMania if it's affordable, if it's reasonable.
Right.
Now I understand, some people save up all year for this event, but if I go, let's say the total trip is $4,000 and my tickets aren't a big chunk of that, I'm going to spend money. What I'm saying, I'm going to spend all the money on merch. I'm going to spend more money there buying stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. For me, I would personally, like, you're talking about an event that lasts 3 hours at most, 3-4 hours. I would much rather spend that money and do a week at a amusement park. Disney, Universal, or something. Because for legitimately the same cost, you can get a much exorbitant amount from going to one of those places than a 4-hour event at a arena or whatever.
And if you want to experience WrestleMania in full, they have the fan event a few days before. Even that used to be free. You used to go and experience that before WrestleMania, but now it's like you even have to buy tickets for that. It used to be fan access,
and then you have to buy tickets to meet the wrestlers, tickets for signatures, tickets for all that. Like, it's everything is itemized now.
Yeah.
To meet CM Punk at fucking fan access this year, or whatever they're calling it now, was like $650.
Jeez.
So I mean, they're pricing their real fans.
I love WWE and what they're doing with their storyline, but no signature to me, or no photo or person to me,
or meeting someone.
Meeting someone.
Wait, hold on. No price is worth the cost of a signature. How much was that belt behind you? Isn't that signed by Cody?
Not $600.
It's not $600.
Yeah, that was like what, 100 something.
Yeah, it was like $100.
Yeah. That to me is reasonable. Like, if you're gonna do that, but again, when you start getting up like the $400, $500, $600 range,
I'm keeping like it's something.
But if we're talking $650 to meet someone, that's ridiculous.
Just
and
to
you
meet
get only
someone.
like 10 seconds.
And you can't take photos or videos either.
I heard from fans that were actually there that met CM Punk that he was kind of rude. You weren't allowed to talk to him. When you took pictures, you weren't allowed to touch him. Nothing. You couldn't shake his hand.
I heard that was fake news. It was.
Now there's a few people in a couple of the belt groups that I'm on Facebook that were at Mania that said the same thing.
Let us know, Reddit. Let us know if you've had experiences with CM Punk and if that's been your experience or not.
Because even the TNA belt I have here, that was signed by Penta. It cost me what, $40 to meet him.
Yeah, that's like, I'll pay $60 to meet someone. And I'll pay $40-$50 for a signature.
Yeah. And
sure.
Not to say anything wrong about it, but if I would have known Spanish, I would have actually been able to hang out with him a little bit more while he was at the event, because, it was a small indie wrestling show and there was a ton, there was probably 15, 20 of us that wanted to meet him. And because this was 4 years ago, but people were just hanging out and talking to him. I come from an area that's majority Puerto Rican. So there was a lot of Spanish speaking people at the event that actually sat there with him for 20, 30 minutes, just talking. So you got what you paid for if you wanted to hang out with him for 20 minutes. $40 got you a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's definitely them choosing to cancel WrestleMania in LA, definitely, or in New Orleans. NOLA.
Louisiana night. Yeah.
There's definitely more money aspect going in, into that than anything else. So, I mean,
and I'm sure they're probably trying to coordinate it too with other TKO events that are going to be going on around that time and stuff.
And you got to think about the fact that TKO owns UFC too. UFC's pretty much their headquarters are in LA, so they have ties with all the hotels and the owners of the casinos and all that stuff. So
LA or Vegas?
Vegas, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I keep looking at the WrestleMania and NOLA canceled, and I keep thinking,
LA. Yeah.
Yep. But
no, Los Angeles.
No LA. No LA.
No LA.
We had that last year, Hollywood. But moving on, we'll see how that turns out. They're supposed to. Triple H did a little thing, I guess talking about it. So we'll see where they go with that. But Money in the Bank coming up next week. We're approaching fast.
It's already, yeah.
Bro, they're piling on the events this summer.
Yeah.
If you notice, it's like every month we have 1 to 2.
When the year started, there was like nothing on the calendar, and then all of a sudden it's just ramped up, and like every month is something.
But you got to think about it though. We have Raw, SmackDown, and that's it. And we only have 2 of the men's qualifiers done.
But they'll probably do like a big battle royale or something. Like that's kind of stuff they do.
Well, they're going to do more triple threats this week, but it's going to be packed into 2 shows.
Isn't there more qualifiers going on tonight or no?
I don't know.
No, I didn't see any qualifiers on the card for tonight.
Well,
it could just be all qualifiers then from here on out.
Well, they had 2.
They had 2 on
2 last night.
Yeah. Because we have for the men, we have LA Knight and Solo. We haven't seen any qualifiers from Raw. Then we've got. Wait, do we have any qualifiers from Raw?
Yeah, that was Alexa Bliss.
No, she's SmackDown.
No SmackDown. Yeah.
Because we have Roxanne from SmackDown.
Yep.
Or from Raw, I mean. Surprisingly, she won.
Yeah, so that is Raw.
Yeah, but men's.
Well, men's. Yeah, we don't have men's. No. Wait. Yeah. No?
Yes. The qualifier was wasn't it Finn?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys, sorry.
Yeah, the men's we only have Solo and LA Knight, and the women's is Alexa, Rhea, Roxanne, and Julia.
Huh.
Yep.
How many are in Money in the Bank?
I want to say 6.
6?
Yeah, there's 6. Yep.
Then it'll probably be a majority of it will be men's qualifiers then going forward.
Yeah, because we only have 2 more in the women's, so we'll have 1 Raw, probably one Raw, 1 SmackDown match this week for them in the men's. But
so
one thing I do want to say
for the next week.
Yeah.
One thing I want to touch on real quick, coming out of the women's Money in the Bank matches is the injury.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starts wishing her like speedy recovery because that was her first match back in months from an injury.
Yeah, knee injury too.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
So
sorry, Zoe. Wish you speedy recovery.
Yep, she had surgery this week, so hopefully she gets better and comes back, as quick as she can. But take the time to heal up and get ready.
Yeah, that was rough.
There's no other explanation than just it being a freak accident.
Yeah.
Really, I mean,
just
there's
landed wrong. It looked like.
Yeah, I mean, she was in the right position and everything. It's just
Yep.
Unfortunately, our bodies can only do so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope it wasn't one of those she came back too quick. Wasn't ready. Yeah. But we'll see. But just hope she has a good, quick recovery and comes back,
Yeah.
Because there was rumors that she was supposed to come back and have some sort of new gimmick. So
yeah, because they dissolved Pure Fusion.
Yes.
Yep.
Shayna and what's her name?
Sonya
Deville. Yeah, they both got let go.
Yeah. So we'll see how this week goes because the Money in the Bank matches, I gotta say, expect the Roxanne Perez winning that one match didn't expect that, didn't see that coming. So
sorry, the cat's up on our fridge right now, trying to get in the cabinet above the fridge.
I was wondering, I was like, what is Torin looking at?
Sorry, guys. Toshi, get down.
But
get down.
Another.
So qualifiers we have right now I know we have Alexa. She was the first one for the women's.
Yep.
We have Roxanne, right?
Yep. Julia
just qualified last night.
And Mommy.
And Rhea.
and Rhea.
Yeah.
Yep. So we have 2 more.
Okay, and then the men's we only have Solo and
LA Knight.
LA Knight. And they haven't announced any other qualifying matches yet for the men's.
I have a feeling. I wonder if Jacob will get qualifier.
Jacob's already a title holder, though.
Yeah, but he can still get a shot at it.
He can still qualify.
Because I think that would continue to build that tension between him and Solo if they're both in Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Possibly.
I mean, who else would you want to see qualify for Money in the Bank?
Well, you got to have somebody.
Yeah.
I wish he would have won his match.
Yeah. Well, Penta's
going to have that.
You're going to have somebody from the Judgment Day for sure.
Yeah, I think we might have, because next week we have not only Money in the Bank, but we have Worlds Collide. AAA and TNA now has been announced as being involved. So I'm wondering if, since Chad and Penta wrestled on Monday, I'm wondering if they're going to have the Penta and El Grande Americano next week at Worlds Collide.
No.
I thought that was already announced.
Yeah, it is.
That's already announced.
That was already announced.
Was it?
I thought,
I think so.
I'm almost positive that was announced.
I thought there was a Penta.
Yeah.
Grande Americano coming up.
Because I know they've only announced 1 match for Worlds Collide, which is going to be SmackDown's Legado del Fantasma versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. I'm sorry if I butcher it. Psycho Clown and Pagano. So that's the only match so far.
Not invested in the Legado.
That whole telenovela, like you said last night, Torn, the telenovela feel to that weird promo last night.
I think for me, like I didn't mind the telenovela feel to it because I understand culturally what they're doing. But for me, it's like Santos hasn't had a story. Like I've not been invested in him ever since he came in and we started with Andrade and the feud that they were doing, and he's the whole emperor of lucha. Because he doesn't feel like a luchador to me, right? Like, I know he is, but it just doesn't. It doesn't, like Rey Mysterio, Rey Fenix, Penta. Those guys feel like luchadors, right? The flair, the flash.
And masks, though.
I know, but I think, but the thing is, like, Santos just isn't flashy. He's not entertaining. He has no story.
Yeah, there's no flair.
Yeah,
like when he wrestles, it's just he's wrestling.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm sorry, but I don't really pay attention when it's anything to do
with him. Yeah,
but the other issue I have with him, and I don't think it's his fault. I think it's creatives' fault that they're pushing him as a leader of this group, and I don't see him as that leader figure of affection.
Yeah, he just doesn't feel like a strong character.
He doesn't. But I think when we see him in a match, because he's a great wrestler in the ring, but I think when we see him next week in his element with, other AAA guys and all that, I think we're going to see a different side of him in the ring. Yeah. And I think that'll be a really good match.
Okay. Let me know.
Definitely, open to.
I'm excited for the luchador stuff, the AAA. Because, again, I've never followed Lucha Libre like you have. And then you're the one that, like, really got me into it and, like, starting watching the Penta matches and all that stuff. And so I'm really excited to see what this does for WWE even, right? Like getting these guys in the ring with such a historic promotion like AAA. It's I think it's really going to up the quality of both promotions. So I think it's going to be really cool to see. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
But then tonight's going to be a lot of matches that kind of, other than the Cena and R-Truth match, there's not a lot that I want to see. I'm bringing up the card now because even I don't care that much about them that I don't know the whole match card.
The one I'm looking forward to the most is Cena and Truth.
I think the Logan Paul and Jey Uso match is going to be okay.
I mean, it's wrestling wise, it's going to be good, but I don't care about Logan Paul as a character.
As much as I don't like him as a person, him in WWE is doing what they paid him to do.
Yeah, no, it is. But again, I just don't like his character. Like I'm tired of it, right? He's got no story. there's no character development with him. He's the same thing every time he comes out.
He just comes in, I'm the best,
Yeah.
I'm the best.
I'm
the
arrogant,
best.
I'm cocky, right? Like that's it. Like there's no there's nothing. I guess that's the thing for me is with a lot of the good storylines, there's something at stake, right? Cody Rhodes winning the title, legacy, family, right? Like the bloodline, all of that. Jey Uso winning the title, like all of these people you look at, there's something at stake for it.
Yeah.
Right. Even Zelina Vega winning her
Right.
title. She had never won a title, and here she is winning it. There's still some sort of like momentum. There's a story to it.
Right.
Whereas Logan Paul is just like, he's just here. He shows up when he wants to, and he's just kind of like, oh, I'm going to fight whoever. Like he fought AJ Styles. Why? There was no investment for me in that story at all because
I honestly think what they're doing with Karrion Kross right now, I don't know if you guys have seen his
I haven't watched it yet.
his interview appearances
Yeah.
where he's actually talked extensively about how he doesn't think it's right that there's so many guys that have been backstage and dedicated their life to this. And Logan Paul comes in and he has a title shot tonight. He's a part-timer and he has a title match tonight. And I'm thinking we might actually see Karrion Kross get involved tonight and start something with Logan, because he was in an interview last week and he even brought up, he said, if I would have known, all I had to do was start a podcast and be a social media influencer. He's like, I would have bypassed all the years of training and shit and fucking done that. If I would have known, I would have gotten a title shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love what he's doing for himself, because that's not creative. He even said that, we went on off script and was like, listen, they're not going to do anything for me. I'm just going to do it myself.
And he's one of those people too that like he was being buried with in the previous regime with his character and a gimmick, right? He had the whole vampire dark gimmick and everything. And now and now though, like, again, I was very against Karrion Kross. Like, man, this is lame. I don't like his shtick. But now, like you said, I'm really starting to get interested in him because he is this. He's not a dark character.
No, he's building controversy.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Yes,
like that angel.
He's
devil
stirring the pot.
shoulder.
Yeah, because we've seen him backstage with New Day. We've seen him backstage with like different people, and like so there's something going on. So there's some intrigue now. It's like, oh, what's Karrion doing? Like this is actually kind of interesting, and I think
I'm interested to see if if this is the way that they build Karrion into pushing because the way that I see it is he's being like a puppet master, right?
Yeah.
Like trying to pull the strings and like develop things for his own gain, which is essentially the same thing that Seth Rollins is doing. Right. So if there's some type of some way that's going to kind of meld into that, because Seth is eventually going to get a belt.
You think he's trying to build his own faction or something?
I don't know if that's really a faction,
because they did away with the whole Authors of Pain.
I don't know if they'll necessarily they'll bring him into a faction immediately. I think he needs a solo run for a bit. I think he needs to develop his character a little bit more and really stick to that whole I'm just gonna be this little worm and birdie in your ear, type deal until someone's like, hey, maybe I should be in a faction with them. But
I like that though. I mean, because like you said,
many factions
Seth
right
Rollins.
Now. I really want there to be more individual stories versus having all of these people lumped together because you don't know what the frick to do with them.
I could see what you're saying though with the Seth Rollins, right? He's the architect.
Yeah.
And you have Karrion Kross, the puppet master. I do like that that angle.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Versus him being out on the mic just yelling at everybody and here I am, I'm the best. He's behind the scenes working things, and because those have been some of the best storylines is where we just kind of get subtle hints of what's going on, and then you finally see the culmination of what was going on behind the scenes with relationships.
It's a slow burn of a story. Everybody. That's what happens when you read books too, right? Like you get that slow build up to the great ending. It
gives fans a chance to buy into it, and it gives that they're putting the hints like Karrion with the New Day backstage and all that stuff. It gives it that more organic feel.
I mean, it drew me in, right? Like I wasn't a big fan of it, and now I'm like, okay, I'm kind of interested in Karrion. What's he doing here? Yeah. I don't feel as bad when I pull his card and top slam. So,
and it feels more organic when, what was it, a week ago? He was the third highest grossing merch sales.
Oh wow, yeah,
on WWE. Yeah, he was outselling Roman and Seth Rollins and CM Punk.
Respect of the universe, and that's the big thing, right? Like and
that's what we've talked about. I think we've talked about on the podcast, but like one thing that Triple H has done so well is that, and he's talked about it, is how the universe is part of the story.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The universe is a character in this story. So he's been very intentional about listening to what the universe says and changing and adapting things based on that. Because again, we drive more than we realize the stories, the sales, right? Like what we choose. Like that's why wrestlers have been pivoting lately. Somebody comes out and all of a sudden they're getting booed. Charlotte Flair, right? I think she really did want to come back as a face. She comes back and gets severely booed and owns the heel persona.
Yeah.
Right. Dominic Mysterio, like all these people. And look, like John Cena said, you'll cheer me 1 second and boo me the next. Dom was getting booed out of the building, and now he's cheered. Like people love him. Like he's done nothing to change his character. Like his character's still the same.
Shtick, though,
exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Like we want development of story, right? And we know. I think by now the universe knows. Like this is all storytelling.
Yeah.
Like the whole
I hope
thing
so.
is
I hope
just,
it's not real.
Wrestling is real. It's just
wrestling is real. The stories, they're not. They're playing characters.
But the appreciation for that, like the booing and the cheering, goes in like accordance to what the audience wants to see developed more, right? So with Dom being a heel, like they're booing him. They're booing him because they like him.
Yes,
they want more.
He's done
of
such a good job of it. Yeah.
Right.
Somebody said last week, if you want the fans to cheer a heel, put a belt on him.
Yeah.
They booed Dom coming out to the ring at WrestleMania. They cheered for him leaving because he left with the belt.
Yeah. I mean, and rightfully so. He put in the work. As you have to appreciate the heels as much as the baby faces, because it's yin and yang. Yeah. One can't coexist without the other.
Exactly.
So,
and I mean, you look at it, right? Like, people love to cheer for the bad guys. You look at a lot of franchises, right? Like Star Wars, right? The dark side, the Sith, and all that stuff, right? Like, you have people that love to cheer for that. Even though, like, I would never, like, I always have a difficult time in video games choosing the bad path. But there is a thing where there's certain bad characters, there's certain heels that you just love to cheer because, like, man, that person is just a great character, and you love it, and you want to see it more. Again,
why do you think that the universe loves Steve Austin?
Yeah.
He's never been labeled as a baby face. Yeah. Never.
No.
He's always been.
I mean, Roman Reigns. Austin. Roman was a heel for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, he still is.
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, people are like, oh, he's labeled as a baby face. No, he's not.
Because I guarantee you, Cody Rhodes comes back as a heel, people are going to explode. Like, that's going to be wild.
Yeah, I want him to come back as a heel because I want to see what he would do.
I want unhinged Cody Rhodes.
At the same time, and this is what disappointed me last week when we went with SmackDown. We were in line and we saw a kid dressed in a suit with the belt as Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes was supposed to be on the card that night, and he ended up not being there, and my heart just broke. For the kids. For the kids. Maybe it's just because I'm a mom, but like that's what breaks my heart. So like John Cena turning heel, and then you seeing all these videos of these kids, getting rid of all their John Cena stuff, because they're mad. Still showing up wearing Cena merch. I know. They're still booing him and cheering him in the same breath. Well, but like the parents have to have the hard conversation and be like, listen, John Cena is just, playing a character. But see, I think this is something we love in storytelling, is we love to see a character who's vulnerable because we relate to it, right? So you love to see the hero fall, because in all storytelling, there's always that arc where hero falls and they have to rise up again. They have to overcome something. And I think that's one of the reasons we love that so much, is because we want to see the triumph. We want to see that person come back. So Cody, right? Like with the belt, we saw him lose. We saw him broken down. He still was the face, and he came back and he won it, and we cheered. But I guarantee you, if he comes back as a heel, we're going to cheer him because we're going to want to see him come back stronger. Yeah. It's the same thing with Cena. We're booing him. I think it's going to be a slow burn for a heel.
Probably.
I think so too, because I was so hype. I was thinking, he's going to come back as a heel. Cena's going to lose or win against R-Truth, but he's going to realize he's, supposed to be the good guy. And then
I hope we see more of that conflict tonight.
Yeah. But I don't think we're going to, because there's rumors that next week they're going to have Cena and Travis Scott wrestling, obviously,
Ugh.
versus Cody and a mystery partner. We don't know who.
Ugh.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. Yeah,
Bad Bunny.
that would
Bad
make
Bunny
sense.
in that match with Damian.
Yo, he was good.
Or a
He
couple
was
years
good.
ago. Really good.
Yeah, that street fight. Yeah.
Yeah, it would probably be Bad Bunny. It would make sense.
Yeah, that would make
Just
sense.
You know,
I really think the big thing that we're going to see tonight is the furthering of the conflict inside Cena.
Yeah.
Because we had that moment last time where he walked away and he started to realize, like, oh, maybe what I'm doing isn't the right path.
Yeah.
So I really hope, again, truth coming out really kind of starts to beat some of that sense in him and he really questions it. I also hope that we somehow get some resolution to the little Jimmy story and we find out that little Jimmy really was real the whole time.
I'm still putting $5 on that bet.
What if little Jimmy was Jimmy Uso? And he grew up to follow in Cena's footsteps and become a wrestler.
Big Jim.
Big Jim. No, he's Big Jim.
No.
He's not little Jimmy, he's Big Jim.
Big Jim. Little Jimmy, Big Jim.
I love you, Oos.
Speaking of, they really need to get some story.
Oh,
going.
man. Yeah.
But
I feel like
Yeah,
they're
poor
going to
guy.
lose momentum with him real quick if they don't start doing something.
Yeah, they've been kind of crapping on him.
with
Yeah.
stories tonight, though, speaking of those, are we going to see the end of Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre's feud
I hope so.
in the steel cage?
I hope so.
There's
I want to say yes. I'm ready for Damian Priest to be pushed a little harder.
Yeah, different storyline. Yeah.
I really like, because it's the same thing that they were doing with Rhea. Like, I feel like they really should have made the Terror Twins.
Yeah, that should have been
should have
something
pushed
bigger.
them. Like, they should never have broken them up. Like, okay, getting ahead of myself here. The Judgment Day, I get it, needed to evolve.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But Damian and Rhea were such a great team together that, like, that right there would have been a pivotal moment for them to start doing more of the
Intergender.
matches.
Agreed.
Right. I hate seeing where they've kind of split them and now just don't know what
They
to
don't
do
have
with
story.
them. Right.
the fact
So-
that they split them. They could have at least kept them on the same brand
Yeah.
and had that interaction and them coming out together, or you know, helping each other once in a while type thing. But
Yeah, absolutely. And they still could have been solo runs, right?
Yeah.
Like, they could just be, partners or like managers of each other, but like a different dynamic of a manager and and a wrestler.
Yeah.
But
if both of them being on Raw pigeonholed them into feuding with the Judgment Day, move them both to SmackDown.
exactly.
But
Well, I mean, they're both on SmackDown now. They're both on SmackDown.
Rhea's still
Rhea's
on Raw.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause she just fought.
Yeah, she just won her
So-
Money in the Bank qualifier.
Yeah.
Am I wrong in that? I thought she was on SmackDown
No,
now.
she's not on SmackDown. She's on
No.
Raw.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was
Because
on.
remember, the Raw was in Greenville, South Carolina.
That's
Yeah.
right.
and we
Yeah,
were
and
like, we
she-
could have gone
We could've
and
gone
seen
seeing
Rhea.
That's right. That's right.
She won. She
I
won the
won't
match
forget
against
that.
Yeah.
Kyrie
that's
Sane
right.
and Zoe Starks.
We watch so much wrestling, it just starts to blend together who's on what. But they have been doing a lot where people are showing up on the other show. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just want to see him do more with Drew. I mean,
I love Drew.
I think Drew's doing fine on his own.
He's a great person. No,
He's-
he does need more of a story, though.
But
He
Yeah.
needs a story.
pigeonholed into those.
He's injecting
two-
himself into stories.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You
He's
know?
pigeonholed into those two feuds: Seth Rollins, Drew, and Damian Priest,
And CM Punk.
and CM Punk. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Well, Seth Rollins, CM Punk was pretty much the same feud because all three of them hated each other, and then
Yeah.
Damian Priest after that, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I think they'll revisit with Sheamus.
Yeah,
so?
I think so.
that would be
Because
good.
they need to build Sheamus back up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And the only way to do that is by using somebody who's already doing it for himself, pretty much. I
Yeah.
mean, Drew's a great character. I don't think he's going to lose relevancy anytime soon.
Mm-mm. No.
I just think that we'll see a lot of these, like Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, that aren't really getting pushed right now after Money in the Bank, because supposedly they're doing another draft. And
Oh,
we'll
okay.
see a mix up of the rosters again, and we'll see different feuds now.
Yeah, we'll see Joe Hendry come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposedly when his contract's up, he's coming over. So
Joe
Did you see
Hendry.
that match with Trick though? Sorry, I don't mean to go.
I was gonna say Joe and Drew would be a good feud,
Yeah.
both Scottish.
yeah, he's got that match tomorrow. He's defending the title against Trick Williams and Obafemi.
No, what was the match that he just did? It wasn't with Trick, was it? I just saw a clip of it.
Yeah, he wrestled Trick. Yeah.
Okay, I thought I was wrong. Okay, there was he did the whole like tricked you moment where
Yeah.
like what was it? Is it Samoa Joe that did the like the walk
yeah,
away?
where the guy jumps over the top.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, he did that. And I died. I was like, that is such a perfect like adaptation of Joe Hendry, you know, like he's, I don't know. I think he's taking like lessons from R-Truth, maybe, you know, like being that comedic relief, but he's also really serious. But to circle back, I would really love Joe to make a song about Drew. I really want that to happen.
oh,
Yeah, I think that could be a really good feud.
I think that would be an amazing feud because that would get under Drew's skin so bad.
Oh my goodness, yeah,
I would love that.
Yeah.
So much.
God, yes.
that would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be really fun.
What other matches we got tonight?
I'm marking it now. I'm calling it.
As much as I respect her as a champion, I really hope Chelsea Green gets her U.S. title back tonight.
Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one for me.
Tough one. Yeah,
I love
Chelsea,
and I love Chelsea. I really want them to push Chelsea as far as the like that heel group. Like I want them to do something more with them. They're
I like the
they've got
darker
something-
Chelsea that they're doing right now. I like that. I'm getting a little tired of the Secret Harvest thing.
Yeah.
Only because like I don't know, the story is just it's the same thing, interference
It
again,
only
right?
works if she has the belt. At that point, right? So maybe they'll give it back to her so they can develop that a little bit more.
I
But
think. Oh, go ahead.
no, but I love Zelina.
Yeah,
and
I
I
do too.
love. I don't think they're giving her enough time to really develop her own character.
Yeah.
Right.
Because she doesn't really have a character right now.
No,
She really
I mean
doesn't.
she was LWO for a while. You know,
She
before
still
that,
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But,
the
like-
thing,
Yes,
but-
Chelsea's really built a persona, right? There's
Yeah.
something again that people can get behind. The Secret Harvest, you know, President Chelsea, all that stuff, right? Like, and Zelina, again, great wrestler, and she's improved a ton. Like her working with Rey Mysterio helped her so much on the mic and everything, and she's a great wrestler too.
Right.
But yeah, she just has no like character.
I don't think we're going to, as much as I want it to happen, I don't think we're going to see Chelsea win tonight. I think they're going to push her into the Money in the Bank match and have her win.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
she would
have
be a
her-
great Money in the Bank run. Yeah.
Yes. I think that would be
Because as
great
dramatic
run
as she is, she would be a great
for her.
just agent of chaos as far as like who's she going after, when's she going to cash in. Yeah, she
But that
does
would
such
be
a good job.
That would be a great feud, her and Tiffany, because Tiffany Stratton's come a long way over the last year on the mic, in the ring. She's a great champion. I'm buying into her now. I think her and Chelsea, who's great on the mic and you know being her old crazy self,
Yeah, that would be a really good
feud.
match. Yeah,
I want to say what I've really enjoyed about Tiffy is that she's become more aggressive as a champion, right? Like at first she was the whole like, oh, it's Tiffy time, and like kind of like the ditzy blonde, right? But now she's really leaned into the whole like, you know, mess with me and you're not taking my championship from me. Like you're gonna have to kill me to take this.
She did a really good promo. This
Yeah,
week,
yeah.
I
I
like
will
how
say
she's doing it.
She's
Yeah.
very
I like how
tough.
she's doing
Like
the whole. I like how she's doing the whole. You know, I played that stupid blonde Barbie, and you guys bought into it.
Yep.
This is the real me. So that transition in characters, there's actually story behind it now. She's like, yeah, like when she was talking to Nia Jax, she was like, yeah, I played that character for you to get where I wanted.
Yep.
And now I'm here. Fuck you.
And we got to see her and Nia that match live.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was
Yeah,
that was really cool.
But
I don't know. I think I think that they need to. So with just to kind of go back to Zelina a little bit, I don't know. I hope they don't take the belt from her, only because they started developing a story with her, right? They went the whole route of Zelina doesn't have friends. You need to make friends, right? Like you had that whole like
her and Rhea
phone call
would be a good combo,
right? Like there's
Oh, no.
Oh
my battery died.
no,
We're still alive though.
we're still alive. Hold on. I really want them to develop that whole thing a little bit more. So like, you know how they just went and did the tag team with her and Alexa Bliss. Like it's kind of the same, aspect in that regard. Is like I would like to see her maybe connect with maybe a couple of the wrestlers in the back. I will say she might need to change her gimmick a little bit. Mm-hmm. I don't think a lot of people are ready or buy into what she's doing now with I want to say like it's like that not old, but like the tribal stuff, like it's more like fire and chrome and all that kind of stuff. Like I get it because she's very much a nerd like me, like anime and everything. And I love that about her, but I don't think it's really connecting with the audience like it can be.
I want to see them put her back with Andrade like she was during the pandemic and whatnot. That them together, she had that, that evilness. Her is like the bad guy.
She needs to be a heel.
Yeah.
She needs to be a heel.
Well,
I agree with that. She would be a great heel. And I mean,
or put her with her husband.
Yeah.
Her and Aleister Black together would be great.
And Dark Zelina would be cool.
I like Dark Zelina. I don't know if I would like necessarily them together because their wrestling styles are real different.
Yeah, true.
I think it might clash a little bit.
But sometimes contrasting styles actually make things
No, you're right. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know how that would necessarily play out. No. But again, that goes back to the whole intergender thing, right? Like you could have had the Damian and Rhea against Aleister Black and Zelina Vega, or Chelsea Green and Penta, versus, I don't know. I just, there's a lot that I would love to see happen. I just don't know if WWE is ready for it yet or wants to make the change.
Speaking of wanting to see a lot happen, this CM Punk and Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
There's, I think, too much going on there. I'm not like, I don't understand. Like, I understand Sami and Seth with the whole bloodline thing and their feud, but I'm still not.
How it ties into Punk.
Yeah, I guess Rollins and Punk have a feud, but I thought that was over. I thought we were going to see something else. I think Seth needs to be focused on, they need to be pushing him in another direction as far as, I know he said he wants to get the title back and all that. I think they need to focus on that a little more and less of these, what us as nerds call side quests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what's the point of tonight's match? I don't know, like, I'm failing to even think of who could interfere to make it interesting to where it's going to build on something after.
The only thing I could think of is possibly Roman.
Yeah.
Like with Paul Heyman going to be on the sidelines, that, maybe there could be something between Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns, that could cause like
Roman
a distraction
puts him through a table
or something of that nature. But I agree, like throwing CM Punk in with Sammy, I think it's more of a respect thing. Like you've got to build you've got to build up the group. Yeah. And
well, I mean, it's the route that we talked about that we think things are going to go is we're still seeing the corporate versus the wrestling, right? Like the grassroots wrestling. Yeah. So Punk and Sammy are very much wrestlers for the people.
Yeah.
Whereas Seth and Braun are definitely corporate. So I think maybe that's the angles. We're still furthering the corporate versus, universes wrestlers, like the people's wrestlers, which maybe The Rock comes back again. And maybe we see that The Rock was orchestrating this stuff with Paul Heyman behind the scenes, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, I think we're going to see something to that effect of the corporate angle to further the corporate thing. So it's somebody else that's going to come into Seth Rollins' posse, something like that, I think.
Does Roman come back since Seth has his, enforcer and Braun Breaker? Does Roman come back with someone new?
I think so.
Come back with Zilla or come back with Hikuleo?
Comes back with Rikishi. And they dance.
And they dance, and then he does the stink
Oh,
face, and
Yeah.
somebody like tosses
it's
salad, and we're done. Do what?
It's possible. It's possible that he
Roman comes back with someone.
with
Yeah.
somebody. I mean,
Yeah.
or they could just be. I saw a meme that they're basically trying to build the Shield again.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
with CM Punk and Sammy. You know, I was like, well, that could be something too that could be explored. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know.
We need
I'm
something
just gonna
fresh.
hold. I'm gonna hold.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna reserve further comment until tonight.
Yeah.
I would like to see CM Punk and Sammy win. Obviously, I am a Sami Zayn fan, but I think that it's gonna end up being Seth Rollins and
Some sort of interference and a beatdown.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think for me, again, there's nothing at stake. So it's kind of like,
No.
all right, this is just an entertainment match right now.
Again, well, that's what we discussed. This is a story building.
Well,
PLE,
even
so-
still, though, in the story
Yeah.
between this, there's nothing at stake. Like, I when I say at stake, I don't always mean a belt or a
Mhm.
championship. I mean, like, there's nothing at stake, right? There's no gravity for if CM Punk and Sammy win or lose,
right.
right? Like, other than popularity with the fans, like, if they lose, then so what? They lost. Okay, they get beat down. Great.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins is a dick.
Then-
we know
yeah.
that, right? Like, you know, Braun Breaker's gonna
then
murder.
where do
Like,
you go from there?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's my thing.
That's why we're going to see some sort of interference.
Yeah,
because
that's gonna
there's
further the story that way.
Yeah, there's no other outcome that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, Seth and Braun win. Woo, freaking who? Where do you
Yeah.
go from there?
Exactly. Okay, they're just gonna beat somebody else up.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
They're going to
Unless-
introduce a new member, I think.
Probably.
tonight.
Unless there's a twist where Sammy on the back end actually joins with Seth Rollins and Paul
Huh?
Heyman,
that's possible.
And he
That's a lot of
flips
betrayal.
on Punk, and he flips on Punk.
And then KO comes back. Sammy, what are you doing? And then they get into it.
Right?
Yeah.
Or maybe KO joins
Oh,
Seth.
Oh,
that could be
Fine.
interesting.
I could see that happening.
That could be fun because we haven't heard from KO in a while. Yeah,
didn't he have surgery just a couple weeks ago or a month ago?
I think so. Yeah,
Oh, we'll see.
that could be an interesting angle because then he can come back and doesn't have to wrestle. He can be involved in the building of the story while he's recovering still.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So before we get into the, our final tops, talking about Top Slam, quick fire, who wins each match? I'm going to go down a list. Just say who you think's going to win.
Okay.
Jey Uso, Logan Paul.
Jay.
Jay.
Jay, obviously. CM Punk, Sammy versus Seth and Braun.
Seth and Braun.
Seth and Braun, but I disqualification, which
Mm,
means neither
okay.
of them win.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I agree. There's going to be a disqualification. Seth and Braun win. Damian versus Drew in the steel cage match.
Damien. I would like to see Damien.
That's a tough one.
The reality is, I don't think it's going to be. I'd like to see Damien.
I think it's going to be Damien just to further the whole brooding Drew thing. But again, where does it go from here? There's nothing at stake.
Yeah.
Story wise, like if Drew wins, cool. If he doesn't win, cool.
Does Drew bleed during the match? Yes or no?
Oh yeah, there's gonna be blood.
Oh,
there's gonna be
for
blood.
sure. Yeah.
It's gonna be bloody, folks. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah,
Zelina and Chelsea.
Chelsea. I like both of them, but Chelsea.
I want to say Zelina.
I'm saying Zelina because there's so much more they can do with Chelsea after the fact. If she loses, then they can do with Zelina if she loses.
True, but Chelsea was a great champ.
Oh no,
She's-
that.
So yeah, I
do
mean, there's
not deny
some good
that.
angles. Yeah, there's some
She's
good
going to be a
angles.
great women's world champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, Cena and R-Truth.
Cena.
Cena is gonna win, but lose emotionally.
No.
Disqualification.
R-Truth is going to win.
I think so.
Cody's
All right.
going to return and attack Cena,
All right.
which gives
All right.
R-Truth the win.
Disqualification.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe
Well,
we see Travis Scott.
Hmm.
I think
I
we
think
might
we see
him.
Travis Scott try to get involved.
Travis
Cody-
Scott gets him. Yep.
Cody comes out to stop it, and then
And gives him his receipt. Yeah.
and then Cody attacks Cena. Cena gets disqualified. R-Truth wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
And go from there.
Yeah.
I like
I'm
that.
gonna say
I like that.
disqualified.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that. Good theory.
Mm-hmm.
So, There's a lot been going on with.
We'll see here in the next 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, we gotta get dinner before the show.
Yeah.
We've got a lot. This will just be a couple minutes. We just want to talk. Like we talked about last week. We told you guys we were going to talk about WWE Tops Slam.
Oh, we are hooked on this.
Oh my gosh.
Because you've been on it. I got on it and then found out that you were on it. I got Rachel on it, then our friend Alex on it, and Rachel's brother's on it now.
Yeah.
But you literally got me so hooked on it. Like I downloaded it and opened a few packs.
Not my fault.
You started playing it.
Not my fault.
But once you told me you were playing it, that's when I got hooked.
Yeah.
To the point where I have right now.
Oh, you're hooked.
14,532.
Bro, what do I have? I don't think I'm anywhere near that.
You have
I'm getting up there, but still, you're up there. You're way up there.
I only have 6,000 cards, y'all.
Yeah.
Just letting you know.
I played it for a little bit before you though, so.
But
yeah.
Rachel got on it after.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got a new trade. Let's see what I got. No, I am not trading away my Liv Iconic.
I want the Liv Morgan.
That's the Liv Iconic.
Good, I want it. You
No.
don't even like Liv. You don't even like Liv.
But they're trading me an Iconic. Ooh, Iconic.
Oh!
An Iconic JC Jane.
Ow.
An Iconic DIY.
Oh, man.
An Iconic Roxanne, or a super rare Roxanne Perez. A super rare
Dang.
Dom.
I was gonna say you're
This is a spicy trade.
Yeah, you're getting a lot just for that one.
Oh man. And
They're making it real spicy for you.
yeah.
Oh,
man. Bro, he wants this. They want this
that
trade.
card.
Yeah.
They want that card.
But if I got the set though that I'm working on.
Yeah, and so they probably are too. Doesn't mean that you can't.
He just
trade.
loves Liv Morgan, yeah.
Yeah,
I got 31 Liv Morgan cards.
Yeah, and how
That's
much
an
do they
obsession.
have?
That's a weird obsession.
That's the obsession.
I've got the shirt and the signed Liv Morgan,
Yeah, you
which
do.
I'll have to put up in the shot in the future. Yeah.
Oh shit! You know what I got? But there's been they've been releasing new sets like every day.
Yeah, it's been pretty
And
crazy.
I'm wondering if it's too much.
I think so. I mean, it keeps it exciting and fresh, but I do feel like it's a lot.
But like,
Well, it doesn't give you enough time to actually
Yeah.
collect.
To me, I think my big problem I see is the value per pack for a lot of these sets.
Yeah,
Because there was one set the other day, it was 4,000 or 5,000 a pack,
yeah. For 3
and
cards.
the pull rate was so bad.
this right
Yeah,
here.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not even guaranteed an Penta or Ray card.
Nope.
No.
You're 5 cards, and you're only going to get an uncommon out of that pack. There's not even a chance to get a rare or super rare.
Yeah, I opened like 7 of them, and I think I got one.
It was-
Finally.
Yeah. I've had to trade for some of them.
Mm-mm. Yep.
And it was 5,000 a pack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then like the
It was like the John Cena one. It was the same thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, like, I'm personally thinking they need to buff pull rates on packs you use with get with the gold, the coins, because just doesn't seem like you're getting enough. Like even the strata packs, you're guaranteed one uncommon, and I've already completed the uncommon set.
Yeah. I would be cool if they gave you an option for like 8,000 coin pull with higher percentage pull rate.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Give
that.
me a chance to spend more coins for a chance.
Yeah.
Because right now, even there, it's 375 coins or gems for one super pack, which is 13 cards. You're guaranteed 6 uncommon, 3 guaranteed rares, and 1 super rare. But that's 375 coins. But then you also have the discount.
1 in 5. That's what's the difference? Oh, it's just a 4-pack?
Yeah,
like the same rare or same rate. Okay.
So you're saving 250 gems for getting 4 packs, because normally the 4 packs would be 1,500.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's see what I get.
Yep.
Probably shouldn't put that up on the screen.
Yeah. Probably should have that.
It's our account details.
Oh, it didn't have any. Did it have any information?
I don't know.
No, it just says that it's going
Okay.
to my Apple Pay card.
Okay.
So it just has my email address for the Apple Pay,
Mm-hmm.
which my email address has been hacked so many times it's public knowledge at this point. But let's see what we can pull out of these 4 packs. Oh,
Oh.
shit! I got a legendary.
Yep, you got a legendary here.
Coming up. Ivar.
Okay,
All
Ivar.
right.
Oh shit!
Here
What
we
do we
go,
got?
legendary. Let's go.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Done. That's it. That's all he needs.
That's a good one.
All I need.
That's a good one.
Oh shit!
His girl Lita.
Yep.
All right, got a rare coming up.
Sheamus.
Okay. Another rare coming up. Solo. Okay. Which Solo, I mean, he's come so far.
He really has.
Got the Miz. Let's go.
Oh,
Hey, a rare Ray. Rare Ray.
a Rere.
Hey, Rhea.
Rere.
Rere.
Rhea.
And Tiffy. Just normal Tiffy.
Not a bad pull.
Oh, he's got 4 packs.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Alba Fire.
Hey.
Oh.
Oh, legendary. Let's go. Oh.
Super rare, Nikki
Oh, yeah,
Cross.
super rare,
I-
super
I
rare.
traded somebody for that card earlier. I wish I wouldn't have.
Oh,
I
now
think
you got
that was
one.
me
More.
that you traded it for.
El Grande Americano. Hey,
Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
Jimmy, Eric, Alistair, Andrade. I'm still torn on these freaking the artwork.
Yeah. The
Don't like it.
amped up contrast and sharpness. It's weird.
Cody. Got another one of those I can trade.
Big Jim.
Carrion.
This pack's kind of rough.
Oscar.
There you go. Oh, Oscar's
We got
good.
Super rare coming up.
Yep, super rare.
Mm.
Yeah.
Another Alba.
Yeah.
Mhm. I like the Naomi.
All right, super rare. Let's go. Okay,
Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller, super rare.
They're growing on me, by the way.
Oh yeah, they have been doing a good job with their story and
I was
characters.
surprised with the organic crowd chants for Austin Theory the other
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. All right, 2 rares in a row. Naomi. I like Naomi's new
I
thing,
do
man.
love Naomi.
2 Naomi's in a row.
Naomi's in a row.
Oh, that's so
I
cool.
like her new
One of
intro
my
though.
iconic-
Oh,
Oh, snap.
here we go. Hey,
Nice.
AJ Styles. Let's go. All right. And Rey
Ready to trade?
Mysterio.
All
All
right.
right. Not
Very
bad.
cool.
Pull.
Building our collection.
Yeah.
Damn.
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, pull rates on the buying packs is not that bad. I got my first legendary, by the way.
It's your
legit.
first legendary? Really?
Yeah. I'm not as special as you are, Torn.
I've gotten a lot
I don't
of
have
legendaries,
an
but not like
iconic or
iconics.
legendaries. I only have super rares. I have neither.
Yeah, I don't have any legendaries
Yeah.
actually.
My
I
only
got
legendary.
one legendary. I've got one legendary. I've got Razor Ramon.
I got that today.
6. I've only got 6 iconics. How many do you have? Oh, look at that one, Rach.
Oh, nice.
I traded for that today. You know why? You know why I traded for that today?
No.
Because I know Rachel likes Zelina, and I'm going to trade it to her later.
You're not getting any of
I've
my
got
Lexus.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21.
I've got
23.
6 legendaries or 6 iconics. 1 legendary.
I
Yeah,
don't.
23.
I don't have any, do you?
I don't have any.
Yeah.
That's still my favorite.
Yeah.
I got the super rare of that one. I
need
locked it immediate.
Yeah, she's not giving it to you.
I said, nope.
Nope.
Not
And
today.
there's
Satan.
Torrens iconics. You got Earthquake.
yeah, I did. Again, I don't this one's my favorite. I think one of my favorite iconics is the Seth Rollins one.
I want that Karrion Cross iconic.
Yeah, and then this one I love. China.
I got that super rare.
Yeah, the Carrion. The Carrion's pretty cool too. And then the only rare or legendary I have is this Razor Ramon card, which is kind of cool.
Where did you get that?
It's just in a pack. I just opened it. I think it
Oh,
was
shit.
Chrome. I think. Yeah.
Yo, Chico.
Yeah. So
I got
actually,
a
let's see.
Razor Ramon iconic.
Yeah, just
WrestleMania
it's the
one
Chrome.
Yeah, I
It's a
got the
chrome
Razor
legendary.
Ramon WrestleMania iconic relic card.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that there's too many sets. Like,
am
I'm
I going
trying
to do a poll?
do what?
Am I going to do a poll?
Do you want me to turn it off real quick?
Yeah. Turn it off quickly.
But I'm trying to collect so many sets that it's kind of hard because right now I'm trying to collect the Stratus set, the Mystic set. I gave up on collecting the Backlash set.
Let's see if I can remember my password. Oh.
I just wish they would, like I was telling you yesterday, I wish they would do sets where there's a chance to pull.
All right, go ahead and put me up.
That there's a chance to pull digital cards that you can trade for.
Here we go.
Physical cards.
Here we go. Let's see if my luck's as good as Skelly's.
Did you select the right one?
Oh,
hey,
shit.
Night. Huh?
Did you
You're-
select the right
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, it's the 4-pack.
Louisiana Night. Oh, what did we get here?
Oh, okay, not my favorite. I got a rare. All right, Ray.
Oh, shit.
2 Jordan Grace in a row.
Not your favorite?
Not my favorite. Hey,
Okay.
Arian. All right. Ooh, this pack's rough.
Oh, Piper Niven.
Wow. All right. Eric, the
Oh.
Miz. Okay, here we go. Hey,
Natalia.
Natalia. Hey, that's a nice one.
Did you see that she was at that
Oh!
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I want that. Did you see that Natalia was at the NWA show last weekend and like punched a fan?
I heard about that. Yeah.
People were saying
Niall.
it was staged, it was a plant, but
The Miz. Okay. Oh,
Gunther.
that's a cool Gunther. I actually like that one. Bro, my last pack better be fire because I'm striking out.
Let's get an iconic here. Let's go.
Oh. All right. We like Maxine. Oh, Rusev.
Double Ethan Page.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Penta, Ray. Ugh. Ugh. Oh,
No.
wow.
That's
Wow.
That is rude.
Oh, I definitely did not get.
So who won the pack battle?
You won that one. Yeah.
Sure.
100%. You won that.
Who do you think won in the comments?
Yeah. Oh. I won because of that. Not Roxanne. The Raquel. The Raquel.
That Raquel super
Yeah.
rare. Let's go.
Yeah, we definitely got to do more of these pack polls. These are fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
So thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna hop off here and get ready for Saturday night's main event.
Yes. Saturday main event.
Woohoo!
Woo.
We're gonna try to do shows every week now. So
Yep.
just stay tuned to the WWE subreddit and also click and like and comment and
Smash that
whatever.
like and subscribe button. And make sure to follow us on Instagram.
Oh,
And no, not on my screen. My screen's
Oh.
over here.
It's the other way on. the
Oh
actual
well,
screen.
it's over here.
There's always-
But anyway, make sure to follow us on Instagram because we're gonna get better about posting stuff. Like the other night when we went to SmackDown, we were posting some clips from being there.
Yep.
We're gonna be posting clips from the show as well. And yeah, we just want to be more active on social, interact with you all, and try to be more active on the subreddit as well. So make sure we're gonna try to respond to all comments and stuff. Because yeah, we want to hear what you guys have to say.
Now I'm facing the right way. I've been that whole show. I've been backwards.
I mean, yeah.
I didn't realize my shirt was backwards. Ugh.
So what side is the text on for you now? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, now we're right. Now we got it.
You are correct.
You are correct.
My Boston left.
You're fine on our screen. So like on the broadcast, you're fine. But I guess your view was turned around. So
There you go.
there we go.
I'm a dumbass.
We need a good sign off. We don't have a sign off yet, do we?
No.
Catch you later
Right?
on the mat.
Time to hit the showers. Come on, Skelly, let's go.